Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you find yourself on this planet. Welcome. And we have the astrological overview tonight with myself, Penny Dix, astrologer. And this is for the month of February. How did it get to be February? We ask ourselves because it's just suddenly here. Anyway, I hope you are all well and managing what I think for a few days has been some quite um, emotionally unstable energy. And I think we're seeing that in general in the heavens. And, it's interesting because we've got a lot of Aquarius and Pisces energy at the moment. So we've got this fixed Aquarius energy. We've got fixed Uranus in Taurus, Uranus that rules Aquarius that has just gone direct. And hello, Annabelle. Good to see you. I'm okay. How are you? You felt a little bit out of sorts. The energy I think has been really. Oh, bless you, Nikki. That is so kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Nikki has just made a donation to the channel. That'll be for treats for the pussies. And I keep trying to encourage them to come and appear, but of course they don't. Hi, Ursa7. Good to see you. Nice to see you. It's very nice to meet you. And who else have we got here? We've got Cassandra. Hi, Cassandra. Kat, Cassandra. Eri V. Liz, the Iron Maiden. Yes, absolutely. Sharon, hi. Good to see you. Ulrich, K. Ulrich, Nikki Hensel. Oh, we're all here. We're all queuing up to come in. This is a marvelous, marvelous situation. It's been a weird day. You are right, Liz, the Iron Maiden, but it's been a weird few days. And I think it was triggered by that new moon that we had on Wednesday in Aquarius, which was the night of the very tragic air accident in Washington, D.C. And I think it's affected all of us. I don't think anyone is exempt from the shock, the just the awfulness when these events happen. It reminds us of how so much we are out of control of everything in our lives, and we're out of the control of the future. But what's interesting, of course, is with the Sun, Mercury, and Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, it is the sign of aviation. And Liz, bless you. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Thank you, guys. That's really, really super kind. And when you win the lottery, Annabelle, oh, bless you. Listen, honestly, I'm just super grateful you're all here. It's just fantastic to see you all here. So, this is the 20th super on a live stream. I don't quite know what that means, but hey, let's celebrate. But I just want to come back to these two air accidents because there was another one, sadly, during the night last night for us here in Europe, and I think it was in the night for you in the States in Philadelphia. When the first accident happened, the moon was in Aquarius, squaring Uranus, just gone direct in Taurus. That is hugely significant. When I saw that, I thought, okay, that's the trigger point. It doesn't always mean that something like this is going to happen. Hi, Cosmic BL. Lola, good to see you. Oh, bless you, Lola. That's a really, really sweet thing. Thank you. Ruling planet Uranus, ready to go direct. Maybe this. Yes, that's what I'm just actually, I hadn't read your message, Lola. Yes, Uranus went direct on the 30th, on Thursday. And I think it did trigger something. But it's important not to get caught in the fear of these kind of events, but to endeavor to send love, healing, empathy, well, just to send love to the victims' families and friends, because it's just super tragic. And so what can we say? But I do think the Uranian Aquarian energy has been in part what has caused that. Do I think these crashes are down to human error or of a mechanical nature? Is there a distinction with Uranus? That's a very good question. I don't think it's probably fair to speculate, do you, at this point? Because astrologically, I think I would have to see an exact chart for the moment of the accident to be able to answer that question fully. And I don't know, is it helpful? I think, well, you know, if the authorities wanted to employ an astrologer to see if that would help give a different angle on what happens with these accidents, then it would be a very interesting way forward. And, you know, maybe as time passes, because we are now in this kind of Aquarian age, it will not be unusual that people in high places start to actually employ the use of astrologers again. You know, there's so much astrology that goes on in business. It's becoming much more commonplace. Business astrology, financial astrology. And I think, you know, 300-400 years ago, all the sort of the big families, the royal courts of Europe would have their own astrologer. If they got something wrong, they probably had their heads cut off. But so they had to be very good astrologers to be okay and keep their heads through all of that. And that's another thing we've got, because Uranus now going direct in Taurus, of course, in a few days, probably a couple of weeks, is going to be conjunct the fixed star Algol again. Lola, bless you. Thank you. More treats for the cats. Thank you so much. Bless you. I really appreciate. The fixed star Algol is literally about beheadings. So if we just kind of bring that into the 21st century, it's really about the energy of losing one's head or something violent that can happen. And that energy, of course, was around as well, and is still around, and is still going to be around. And I don't even want to say anything, but, you know, if you can hear that, it's my cat. I think she's just used her litter tray. Oh, yeah, so we're doing a zoomie round the sofa. Anyway, moving swiftly on, Mykonos, it's been very emotionally charged these last few days. Lola, your birthday was Monday and you actually felt the energy shift and was positive, but you think those who are not light workers get very caught up in news and bring the energy down. We have to be the light. Yes. Lola, gosh, it's flying at me. This is Aquarius energy, aviation. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate. What's this, Annabelle, you're saying? You remember seeing on YouTube, you can't remember the site, but there was another awful crash years ago in Amsterdam, and someone pointed out the astrology. It was an Aquarian new moon. How interesting. How interesting. And you see, also Jupiter goes direct this month of February, because I am here to talk about the astrology of February. But Jupiter can be, you know, if it's slowing down as it is to go direct, and it actually goes direct on the 4th. So we're just 3 days away from Jupiter going direct. Jupiter, if you think, is about long distance travel. It's about optimism, faith, hope, success. It expands. It expands the positive. It can bring luck and opportunity, but it could also expand the negative. But another side to Jupiter, because it rules Sagittarius, which is about such lofty spiritual heights, is that it can be the soul leaving the body. So it's an interesting planet to watch. And I think it might be interesting to see what unfolds this coming week. And by the way, I'm not going to do a live stream tomorrow for the week ahead because I'd be repeating myself. And I thought I'd give myself a night off, if that's okay. And let's see what else you're saying. You've got Jupiter in Aquarius. You're buckling up for the ride. I love that. Do I think these crashes are terrorism? Seems suspicious. I'm not going to comment. Uranus is involved, and Uranus is about shocks, the unexpected. Jupiter can be about truth, truth revealed. I think it's a very interesting thought, and I think it's inevitable that we are always going to have these thoughts because I think we're learning to become more circumspect and not take everything that happens at face value, because we have to look for our own evidence. And I think it's about tuning into our own feeling and our own intuition as to what is going on. Yes, it's just seeing what else you're saying. Do I think it absolutely take time for Penny? Thank you. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, so I also want to say that lovely Andy Walsh can't be with us tonight because she's gone to a ringette game. So she said to send her love and say, hi guys, and hi Soul Fam. So I'm saying hello from Andy. So she'll be back hopefully when we do the live next Sunday night, not tomorrow. I'm having a night off. Jupiter is beneficial, so please let it be good fortune for our planet Earth. Yes, it's true, it is beneficial. However, as I said, Jupiter expands. It's neutral, it expands. So it can expand what's good. But remember, if you're feeling particularly down and depressed or negative, it can expand that. And remember, Jupiter is a co-ruler of the sign of Pisces, where we have all this other energy. We have a lot of energy in Pisces. Let's just run through some of the significant aspects that are happening this month, because remember, I will be doing the Astrobites. So I will, be giving you much more detailed input from what's happening. Huge tariffs against your ally with it, giving details. Yes, absolutely. We will want to know what lies beneath the Iron Dome. Hi, Jam LeBlanc. Good to see you. It's been expanding your waistlines, Sharon. Oh dear. You need to try and have a little word with it and see if it can kind of go into contraction. Depends where it is in your chart. Beth Hendrickson, blessed be, it's February. Your great niece's birthday today, 15 years old. Gosh, Imbolc tomorrow. Yes, you're absolutely right. We are at a sacred time of year with the pagan calendar. And I also want to, of course, remind you that we've just had the Chinese New Year with the new moon in Aquarius. And we're now into the year of the wood snake. And the wood snake is, snakes, remember, are about transition and transformation because they shed their skin. They are about rebirth. So I also think that as this is the first month of the year of the wood snake, we also have that transitional energy this month, which can help all of us to kind of understand and appreciate the kinds of changes that can come, because I think we're going to start to see things speeding up this month. We're going to see a lot of change. A lot of the planets are being very active this month. We've got a Venus retrograde starting in March, and we've got a Mercury retrograde coming, I think, in March. So there's a lot going on with the energy. And what's this? You're going through spiritual things, not hungry, not much sleep either. Hi, Sue Carol. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're not old. No, absolutely not, Ursa 7. Has anyone else been having weird, powerful dreams? Yes. Oh, God. I said in my Astrobite, I think it was the one I did today, where I expressed a lot of feelings about how difficult I'd found it to do the Astrobite because of how I felt and how badly I'd slept and how I'd had all these dreams of death. And they were so depressing. And actually, death doesn't have to be depressing, because if we raise our frequencies, that's a very human view to be depressed about death. It's a transition. It's a transition of the energy that is alive in our physical mantle into another energy form, into another dimension, onto another frequency. At least that's what I feel. Hi, Shirley, and the lovely, yeah. You're my angels trying to get my third eye to wake up. Oh yes, we've got to have our third eyes open. We definitely have. Yes, weird dreams. I've been having weird dreams, and I do think it's this energy that we're having. But let's just move on a bit, because I want to move on to the Venus. We've got because today we've got Venus and Neptune conjunct. So this can make us a little bit how I've already been talking. I'm going from here to there and to there, and I'm not really getting anywhere in particular. I'm just hopping around from subject or planet to planet. And so everything is a little bit ungrounded. And Pisces, remember, is mutable, it's flexible, it has no boundaries. It's, as I call it, my oceans of emotions. And I think we've all been going through quite an emotional ocean over the last few days and affected by the terrible events. And I don't know if anyone else saw the release of the hostages that happened on the same day that we had the air accident, because they were paraded in these massive crowds, these poor young women, like trophies. And it was very hard to watch because those girls were terrified. They didn't know if they were being released or if they were going to be executed. And this is something about the Uranian energy of shock, suddenness, surprise, the relief they must have felt when the Red Cross finally had them in their vehicles. I mean, it was terrifying. It was terrifying. It has been a tough few days energetically. I don't think that's going to ease up particular whilst we have all this energy in Pisces. And we've got, so I'm just moving on to, I want to move on to the 3rd of February, because Venus then is going to be conjunct the node, the North Node. This is about destiny. So the 3rd is on Monday. So be aware today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, what might be prominent in your life what is it in your life that feels somehow destined, karmic? Like sometimes, we know we're going to make changes, or changes are coming, and we know with some kind of unknown inner certainty that they will, that these things will happen. We just know. We don't know how we know. We just know that they will. And this is part of, I think, what we're going to be feeling over the next few days. If you're not feeling that, get out of your own way, because it's kind of holding you back from the change and the empowerment that Pluto can give you from Aquarius, the sense of being in charge of your destiny. Venus is asking all of us, and it doesn't matter what sexuality you are, this is about the divine feminine. Venus is saying, use that intuitive side of the divine feminine, the part of the feminine that can recreate, that regenerates, because remember, it is about rebirth, because it is the feminine that gives birth, that gestates and gives birth. And there's something about this energy, conjunct the North Node, that is saying, use the energy of these last few days. What is it you want to bring into your life in February? Is it something on an inner level? Is it to change a behavior? Is it to see changes in the external world? Where is your focus? It's I can see your cancel culture, has gotten rid of the divine feminine. Exactly. You've been crying a lot, Jam LeBlanc, very emotional. Yeah. Tears. And I think these tears just have to be shed. Quite simply, we have to cry them. Now, as I said earlier, the big day again this week is the 4th, because on the 4th, Jupiter is going direct in Gemini. And it doesn't go retrograde again. It'll go all the way through the rest of Gemini and into Cancer on June the 10th. So then we will have air into water again. So there's a lot of emphasis. While Jupiter is in Gemini, we have the opportunity to really think big, to have major kind of downloads of important ideas, of things we want to bring into our life, how we can do it. The ideas will flow. So there's something, I think, about February that we're very much on the brink of. It's like we know it's coming, we're coming up to that kind of precipice, and there's something there about, wow, if I just step off, maybe I'll actually fly. And you know what? Sometimes risks pay off, and we do fly. Hi, Zil. It's good to see you. I'm glad you've made it here. And I'm glad that for the time being, things are settling in your part of the world. And, I'm sure I'm not alone in saying we are all behind you. We are really sending our good wishes, our love, our support to your part of the world. So, yes, a leap of faith, Ursa 7, very much a leap of faith. And I think maybe we're all coming to points in our lives over the next few months where we have got to make some big decisions and choices. And I think it's about taking that leap of faith. But you have to make sure you're listening to that inner gut, intuitive feeling. Lola, when you have Alison on, you're interested on her take on this divine feminine manifesting through Ceres and Juno. You should check out her channel because she does talk about these energies quite a lot. I don't think we're going to be doing anything just yet because she's got very busy. So we've had to put things on hold temporarily. So you're working towards emigrating with your husband. Oh, to be with your husband. Read it wrong. So leap of faith. Oh, Becca, you are so welcome. It's my passion. It was my leap of faith back in 2020. Hi, Anne Burke. It's good to see you here. It's really good to see you here. Let's see what else I'm missing. Okay, wow, you're sending messages thick and fast. You've had just 10 days off work, annual hour out cut at store. You've got nothing done at home, enjoyed unseasonal warm weather, felt icky on Wednesday, but better today. Guess I just needed to rest and reboot. We all need to rest and reboot sometimes. We really do. And I'm missing a lot of your chat because it's just going so fast because there's so many of you here. So Jupiter direct on the 4th. And of course, there will be an astro bite for the 3rd and for the 4th. The 3rd is when Venus is conjunct the North Node, and the 4th is when Jupiter goes direct. This is a big week coming up. So, you know, we need to really kind of take good care of ourselves. Now, on the 9th, which is Sunday week, so tomorrow week, the Sun will be conjunct Mercury, our planet of communication, in Aquarius. Expect big news. I'm going to talk about that more later in the week and with the Astrobite and next Sunday. And then let's move on to the other thing is on the 9th is Mars, still retrograde, is trining Saturn. That is also quite strident energy. And the limitations of Saturn are Mars is like getting ready to slow down and go direct. And this is like Saturn is really kind of saying, whoa, 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 not just yet. It's not your turn yet. So let's see. Snow, you've got snow, Beth. Oh my God. I tell you what, it's freezing here in Gozo at the moment. Look at me, I'm all wrapped up. I've got a blanket round my legs and the heating, it's air conditioning heating. So it's hot air and basically it bungs up my sinuses and it's not great for my chest either. So I'm going to go to bed later with the electric blankets on. So now February the 10th, Mercury in Aquarius will be squaring Uranus in Taurus. Now that's Monday week. We are going to get shocking news on February the 10th. That's what I'm saying. And I just want to remind you that Mercury goes retrograde on March the 15th when it's moved into Aries. And then it goes direct on April the 7th in Pisces. So it's actually, it goes into Aquarius. It's in Aquarius now and it goes into Pisces. So it's coming up to where it will be in what we call its shadow zone. So you listen to Comfortably Numb, Pink Floyd. The lyrics, yes. It's very much, I think the lyrics are very much what is around now. Ah, hi, Naniki. Blessings from Tel Aviv. Hi. Do you know, I was just saying, I'm so, so happy that things are settling temporarily. Let's hope that continues. God bless you. I really do. And let's try and get everybody out that needs to be released soon as possible. Oh, you cut out the internet. Oh, your internet cut out. I hope mine is okay. Yeah, amen. Absolutely. Naniki. So then I want to go on to February the 11th, because the sun is squaring Uranus, and that could also see something sudden, unexpected happening with a world leader. I don't know what. I'm just telling you that that's what I'm feeling. And it's someone who has quite a prominent position, and it's to do with their health. That's what I'm picking up. So then we move on to the 12th. We have the full moon in Leo. And this is, I'm going to do the video for this. I might even do it tomorrow, actually. Might pre-record it tomorrow. But this full moon in Leo is squared by Uranus in Taurus. Uranus that is now direct. And there is something about this energy. This is a dramatic full moon. This could see very unexpected, sudden twists and turns in, I think, the situations that are, that let's say the hot spots on the planet. I don't want to name anywhere. Let's just say the places that are significantly prominent in the headlines. There is some drama that unfolds. Also, I'm picking up again aviation. So I hope I'm wrong on that, but I'm just picking something up about aviation, and I'm sure I'm wrong. Mars still retrograde in Cancer on the 12th is trining Saturn. So Saturn is still trying to say, slow down, slow down. And that's, I think, for all of us on a personal level, around the full moon in Leo on the 12th, go slow. Don't rush. Watch out for accidents. Just be careful. Be mindful. Kind of just take it easy, because around those few days, there is the potential for difficulties with, I don't think he's going to come and see us, but my lovely cat Spoticus has just jumped up, and I want to show you and introduce you to Spoticus. Spoticus, come say hello, darling. Hello. Going to come and see us? This is Spoticus, and he's a lovely boy. He's huge. He's a massive, chunky pussycat, but he is just lovely. And that's the first time he's come up here when I've done a video. So that's really great progress from him. There's a good boy. You know what it is? I've actually got his blanket on my lap, and so he wants it there so that he can go to sleep. So we'll let him settle down, and I'll come back to you. Yes, he is a beautiful baby. And so moving on from this full moon, so be aware of that energy around the full moon. Then we come to February the 14th, Valentine's Day, and Mercury enters Pisces. So Mercury, our planet of communication, goes into Pisces. And I think what's interesting is that, and whether you're looking for a romantic encounter with your beloved, if you have one, then, you know, this could be quite nice energy and quite romantic kind of talk, because, yes, I've moved kitty blankets, exactly. Oh, no, he's going, he's, I don't know what he's doing. He's gone. It's DB. Is she Spoticus's mum? No, DB is his auntie. Spoticus's mum is Felixina, who's the other little baby black and white, who sometimes you might see her head pop up as she walks across me. So February the 14th, the energy is, well, you know, the moon is sextiling Mars, so it could be quite good for physical contact, let's put it that way. But also we have Mercury entering Pisces, which is good for sort of romantic, imaginative kind of discussions. Hi, Jem. Hi, good to see you here. And Saturn is opposite the moon. I think there's a danger with Valentine's Day this year of disappointment. Now, I don't want to sort of spoil everything before we even get there, but I think keep your expectations realistic if you are hoping for something romantic to occur. I mean, I should think about the most romantic thing that'll happen to me is the cat coming and sitting on my lap or something and rubbing himself against my body. I'm probably not allowed to say things like that, but there we go. I've just said it. Yes, I've got a lovely family. Although I do normally actually get a Valentine's card. And I have this lovely gentleman friend in the UK. And I've known him since I was 8 years old. And we were first loves and all of that. I'm going off down a rabbit hole now, which I'll probably wish I'd never gone down. Anyway, we've had this kind of ritual where we always send each other Valentine's cards. I mean, we do see each other and we do get together. And he was actually over here recently and stayed with me for a week. So we had a really, really lovely time. And he will help me when I go back to the UK and settle in there. And so that's just a little bit of, my personal life filtering through, because there are no boundaries when energy is in Pisces. It is just all over I have many admirers, do I? Oh, which reminds me, this week on Wednesday, I am going to be doing, well, I'm recording it. I'm recording an interview where I interview conscious medium Brandon Russ, the man you love to love and also the man you love to hate. And I am going to interview him for my channel. And let's see if we can just find out a little bit more about this slippery Pisces. So that'll be up on my channel soon after, later this week. That'll be up there. Yes. Oh, he's a sweetie. I have to say, I love Brandon very much. He's been brilliant to me. If it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be doing all of this now, because he helped me really launch myself in the American market and the Canadian market. If it wasn't for the shows we were doing, Whiskey and Bagels, I still might just be known by a few people in and around Europe. So I have huge gratitude to Brandon. So whatever, I know some people really dislike him, he has a good heart, and he has been an amazing support to me professionally and privately at those times when I've needed it, as I have done for him. So he's one brilliant rascal. I love that, Jim. That's a fantastic description. Absolutely. So yeah, Valentine's Day, get over it. That's what I say. Now, on the 23rd of February, we have Neptune, our planet of illusion, confusion, dissolution, conjunct the North Node in Pisces. Because remember, the nodes have now moved into Pisces and Virgo. So we have this different axis of energy, and the eclipses are going to be mainly focused in Pisces and Virgo this year, although we do have one eclipse in March in Aries, but it's just a partial, I think it's a partial new moon eclipse in Aries, but I'll get to that in March. Oh, bless you, Jam. We should get together in romance. Whoa. Well, actually, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a live on Valentine's night. So, well, it'll be in America and Canada on the West Coast, it'll be your morning. But I said, come on, Brandon, we have to do it. We have to do a live on Valentine's Day. So we are. And we can look at the energy of the day. We can look at news events. And we can look at love, because that'll be That'll be fun. Okay. So, ooh la la, absolutely. Neptune conjunct the North Node is where we are all might be feeling a little bit confused about what direction we should be going in. Because I think on the world stage, it's going to be unclear about the direction that anything is going, because I think there are going to be events this month, more events, even more than we've seen in the last few days. And the main events have happened just around the last 3 days. We're going to see more events this month that are going to, in a sense, throw us off balance, because Neptune kind of it can unsettle us. We may even see the return of quite a bad strain of a virus. That is something that could come, because Neptune can represent viruses and illness. And so it also represents poisons, anything like that Neptune represents. And it can be contamination in water. There could be something around that, because we do have so much Pisces energy still. And, you know, Mercury will now be in Pisces by the 23rd. Let's see, Pluto, moon nodes, Uranus soon out of your... yeah, Beth. Yeah, I think you're going through similar to what I'm going through. I've had Uranus conjunct the sun, and I've had Saturn conjunct the moon. So you had a Pisces boyfriend. You're still in touch. He lives in Cape Town, Annabelle. He's a good guy and cheeky like Brandon. He does make you laugh. You're a Virgo. He's opposite. That's lovely. That can be really nice. I know some Virgo Pisces couples. It's quite a good mix. But of course, with Virgo and Pisces, they're not very good at boundaries. Boundaries can get a little bit wishy-washy. And also the problem with Pisces is that they do have rather an addictive tendency. They can be addicted to anything and everything that you can think of. And I'm not going to name them or label them or shame them. So let's move on to the 24th, when Mars, our planet of energy, action, assertion, aggression, our god of war, our planet that rules the sign of Aries, goes direct finally in the sign of Cancer. Oh, thank God for that, because that has been really quite tough going. It's like Mars has been exhausting himself in this bottomless pit of Cancerian emotion. So it's been a tough time for all of us. So wherever Cancer is in your chart, and I've got it in my 12th house, then what it means is Mars has been in my 12th house, really making me feel quite frustrated with not being able to always connect or understand what I'm feeling. So that can be a manifestation of this energy. Hi, Ursa. Maggie, good morning. Oh, no, your best friend and your favorite cat died this week. Oh, Maggie, that is so sad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that's awful. Oh, and what's this Rashandi Earthling? You were born with Mars retrograde in Cancer in 29 degrees. Oh my God, and you hate that placement. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, this will be easy for you when Mars goes back over its Mars return with you, because that should flip things, trigger things into something more positive, as that energy takes some of your Mars energy with it into Leo to give you a bit more oomph. So it'll be very helpful for you. So Mars goes direct in Cancer. It doesn't go back into Leo until the 19th of April. So it's really spending a long time in this part of the chart. By the 25th of February, we have Mercury, our planet of communication, conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Now, this can see news coming out that has been withheld, because Saturn is about timing. Now, what's coming to me is that it could be about someone who has passed over, but we're not told about it straight away. I'm just saying because I channel and it just comes in and comes through. So I have to say what I feel, what I see, but that's what I'm feeling. And I think on a personal level, it's asking us to use the power of timing in what we communicate, especially if it's of an emotional nature. So if we are feeling that we need to communicate to somebody how we feel, it's about being a little bit boundaried and sensing the timing, because sometimes, and I know there have been 2 or 3 occasions in my life where, oh my goodness, I've so put my foot in it. I've thought, oh, just knocked the table, sorry. I thought, I have something to say to this friend and I really must say it. I've so got to get it off my chest. And so I think, yes, now's the time. I'm going to ring them and tell them how I'm feeling and clear the air. And of course, I don't wait to actually find out if the friend is in the right place to hear what I might have to say. And so one of my younger mistakes when I was, growing, shall we say, growing up, which never finishes, was really, I wasn't always very good with my sense of timing. I didn't pick up the nuances, the energies of what or how someone might be feeling. Now, what I do with friends, whoever, whatever it is, whatever the the reason for communicating with someone, especially if it's going to be something that is kind of serious, is I check out with them. Is this a good time to talk? Or I have something that's quite important that I want to discuss with you. When is the best time for us to have a short conversation? And I think, that's something I want to give to you, because sometimes we go steaming in without enough awareness of how another might be responding to us. And as I say, that has really backfired on me in the past. And, I remember, that particular friend that happened to, I lost her for quite a few years because I was so insensitive. And I thought I was being kind. I didn't realize I was being insensitive. So you see, we all go through these things and we all have to kind of grow and learn from our mistakes. So your best friend, Annabelle, is the same birthday as me. And you have a connection of honesty and kindness, but you've done the same in the past too, gone too far and said too much. And you've hopefully learned from that. Yeah, they're tough lessons, tough lessons. Yes, blessings to you, Maggie. Just huge blessings. There's a lot of beautiful energy leaving the planet. I guess this energy is needed elsewhere, whether it's of the animal kingdom or of the human kingdom. The energy is needed elsewhere. That's, I think, the best way we can look at it. Now, finally, we come to the 28th, which is our new moon in Pisces. And this new moon is at 9 degrees of Pisces. And I will, of course, have a video up on my channel about it. And the new moon it's squaring Jupiter, that of course is direct in Gemini, and it's trining Mars, now direct in Cancer. So we've got quite strident energy with this new moon. I don't think it's anything that is not okay. I think it's a new moon. It's the last new moon of the zodiac, if you see what I mean. So does it have any extra special energy? Well, we can give it energy. We can give it what we like. If we want it to have more energy, then let's give it more energy. But I think it's about hopes and dreams, but also because it's Pisces, which can make us a little bit unrealistic. It's about having realistic expectations of the intentions that we are trying to manifest. So that, I think, is really important. So, my goodness, I've talked for a long time. That is the new moon in Pisces. And I'm going to come on to the word for the month, and then I will do the tarot card for the month. And the word for the month, I thought, should be something that is inspirational, because the energy has been so flat. And so the word is inspiration. And Steve Jobs said the only way to do great work is to love what you do. That's why I will always ask every client I have, what is your passion? If they don't know, then find it. That is your task. We have to find our passion and live it, because then nothing is ever hard work. If you're living and doing your passion, nothing is hard work. Theodore Roosevelt said, believe you can, and you're halfway there. And that is very true. He also said, do what you can with what you have, where you are. And that again is a very kind of, you're so late, Poonam. Yes, but maybe you didn't realize we were on a Saturday tonight because it's the month ahead forecast. But hi, Poonam, it's good to see you here. Lola, Lynn McTaggart has a piece, Intention on the Online Experiment. Yes, that's right. And she did a lovely book called The Intention Experiment. And, you know, I do really, really, really think it's an incredibly powerful way to manifest. And of course, Pam Gregory, remember, has her daily now mindfulness and kind of meditation time to send peace and love and light to the world, which I think, again, is a very, very important facet. Jim, inspired. Yes, we have to be inspired to go forward. That is what you're going for at another 55 years. Another go at your had setbacks, but now see, universe was clearing the path and you were getting confidence in yourself. The universe will always show us the way. We've just got to keep our eyes open, our hearts open, and our mind open, and our intuition flowing. Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Steve Jobs again said, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Well, that happens a lot with people, doesn't it? So another quote here is from Peter Drucker, and he said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Oh, I like that. I create the future all the time. And, you know, that really links in with the intention experiment, doesn't it? You know, if we intend good things, then what's this about Jem? You think Jim means me? What? I'm inspiring him. Oh, Thank you, Jim. If I'm inspiring you, I'm very happy. I'm very happy if I'm inspiring everyone, because actually, isn't that why we're all here? Isn't this what we're doing here? We're trying to build the energy, to a frequency where we can manifest peace, positivity, and love, surely. Because if we've got peace, positivity, and love, then actually everything else should just fall into place around that. And that is really what we strive for. I'm on fire today, am I, Jim? Well, what can I say but thank you so much. I'm on fire. And William James said, act as if what you do makes a difference, because it does. And, it's like the butterfly theory, isn't it? That when a butterfly takes off in, I don't know, Zambia, first place that came into my mind, then a thunderstorm happens in Seattle. Because every little ripple in the pond, every little energy flutter in the frequencies, in our consciousness, in the air around us. The air around us is not just empty space, it's teeming with atoms and protons and particles, with life, with energy, with what are they called? The neutrinos. We've got billions of neutrinos flying through our bodies, coming from the sun's energy. We forget sometimes about the sun. The sun. The sun is our soul. Without it, we have no earth, we have no solar system, we have no life. The sun is our beating heart. No wonder the ancients revered and worshipped it. And Hina Wasim, it was an emotional week. Your father-in-law had a near-death experience. Oh, I'm so sorry, Hina. That sounds awful. End-stage dementia. Oh, my father had Alzheimer's. You absolutely have my sympathy. It is such a tragic condition to observe and be part of. It really is very hard. It's disappeared in London, has it? It's disappeared in Gozo at the moment, but here we are, and there we go. So, Christine, hello. Nice to catch you live. Bless you. It's good to see you here. Norman Vaughan said, dream big and dare to fail. Why not? Whatever we do, we never know whether it's going to be a success or not. When I moved to Gozo, and I was talking about this with my friend Sarah, whom, of course, I have the channel Channeling by Penny and Sarah with, and we've recorded a video this afternoon with channeled February 2025 predictions. So you must go over to our other channel, my other channel, and check those out, because they're channeled by the blue light being that channels through Sarah, who she fondly calls Blue Man, or BM for short. And we were talking about this, that because she and I have both left the UK and gone and lived in other countries, when we were leaving the UK, people would say to us things like, oh, don't sell your house here. You might not like it. And if you've sold it, it'll be more difficult to come back. And there's something about another's fear of someone taking a risk that holds a mirror up to them of their own fears of what they are or find so hard to do, because it's scary. I had people saying to me things like, but what if it doesn't work out? And I said, well, if it doesn't work out, I'll come back, or I'll go somewhere else. But I said, it's up to me to make it work out, which I have done. Even though I've chosen to now come back or return to the UK. It's not because I've failed here. It's because I've been very successful here and I want another adventure. It's time. It's time to move on to the new adventure. Still, sometimes you really have to be determined about your dreams and passions. Yes. And you're right, Sil. People are just afraid of changes. We are. Everyone is afraid of change. But we have to do it. And you know, it's so freeing. And the energy this month, February, is really good for doing an early spring clean, clearing all that SH1T stuff out, not just externally, but internally, because it'll absolutely, really make a big difference. And what it does is it sends signals energetically to the universe that you are willing to change, that you are willing to let go and embrace a new future. George Adair said, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. Well, isn't that what I've just been saying? And then C.S. Lewis said, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. And isn't that true? Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm setting a new goal and I'm dreaming a new dream. And why not? And now it's time, as I read some of your chats, to see what card we're going to get for the month of February. It's always, it gets a bit scary, but let's be brave. Let's be brave and see what the card is for the month. We really need these motivation chats once in a while. Thank you, Sil. Here in the channel and in front of our own selves. Yes, we do. And that's why I try, and this is the one that came out, and it has to be this one. I don't particularly like it, but it is what it is. It's the Three of Swords. And let's look at this on its positive side. The negative side is that it can be breakups, separations. It certainly means change. And it can mean being made to let go of something that has gone past its sell-by date. So maybe this is what you have to do. Look at what in your life, whether it's material or in you, you're holding on to habits, behaviors, people, things that really just clear it out. Let the new in. Make some room for the new to come in. And the positive side of this, the Three of Swords, I think, is that it is about releasing the poison from the abscess, because healing cannot take place unless we clear that poison out. But remember the timing, and not what I did many, many years ago when my dear, beautiful best friend, who sadly is no longer with us because she passed last year with cancer. Luckily, we had had a long friendship beyond the time when I really upset her, unintentionally, but I did. But I'm human, and these things happen. But, you know, what in your life, who do you have a relationship with or a friendship with where you need some healing to take place? Because maybe February is the month when the healing can start, where you can make small little inroads to healing with people that are at a distance. Because, you know, when people terminate things, you know, I've had a situation recently where someone who is a very dear friend, and I will keep it in the present and say this friend is a very, very dear friend. And this person has chosen to not contact me anymore. They let me know they were not going to contact me. And I was very shocked, hugely upset. It's a bit like a death. The grief has been enormous. But because of what I know this person is going through, I have stood back and let them go. But, you know, we never know what is going on for others. And I think one of the things that would be really helpful for all of us going forward is to tune in much more to how others are. Is this a good time to air whatever it is with this person? Because sometimes we go in with hobnail boots and we trample on feelings. So be sensitive, be empathic, check people out. Don't go rushing in saying, oh, it's me, and this wonderful thing's happened to me, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm going on a holiday here, I'm going on a holiday there, and they're going, yeah, my cat just died. You know, somewhere, sometimes we forget this need to be very open and sensitive to others' feelings. I do all the time. I do my best. But all I can say is I too am human. And I will still probably get it wrong sometimes because we do. It's what happens. Goodness me, look at this. It's 6 minutes past the hour and I'm still talking about February. But listen, guys, I'm going to let you go. Remember, no live tomorrow night for the week ahead because I'd only be repeating what I'm saying now. And you know what? Less is more. That's what they say. Less is more. Quality, not quantity. So I will be back next Sunday. So not tomorrow, Sunday week, with our usual live month ahead. Check out the video that I've just uploaded to my Channeling by Penny and Sarah channel. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Yes, of course, I'm doing the live. No, it's not. I'm recording a video with Brandon this week and interviewing him. And then we're going to do a live on Friday, the 14th, Valentine's night. So we will be doing that. And that's, I think, at 5 p.m. my time. So an hour earlier than this was. So that'll be good. So let me just have a quick, oh, Parry, you're here. Good to see you. Lovely to see you. Oh, bless you, Jim. Thank you. Jem, you are so, so welcome. I love you. I love all of you. You're just, I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you, would I? Because I'd be talking to nobody and people might think I was a bit strange. So I'm talking to you, at least somebody's listening. So Joey, you're welcome. Yeah, big hugs to all of you, big hugs. Yeah, love and light to all the world. Blessed Imbolc. Yes, it is Imbolc tomorrow, and it is a very. It's remind me. It's St. Brigid's Day, isn't it? Isn't it another time when the veils are very thin between this reality and the next, so that a little bit like the Halloween thing where the veils are thin, and it's lovely to fairies in the wood kind of day. I like that. Thank you, Shirley. Yes. Talking to your spirits rods. Do you know, I've got some of the divining rods. Here I go wittering again. I've got some divining rods. I love them. I sit there and I go, they're just awesome. I mean, you can find things that you've lost with them. They're amazing. I used them when we were looking for George, when George was missing. We just went round the island with the divining rods, and I was going, I think we've got to go this way, or let's go this way. And well, anyway, we found him in the end. Maybe it wasn't the rods that found him, but I don't know, maybe sends out energy. Parry, Imbolc is a great blessing for the celebration of new beginnings with saplings beginning to appear and greening beginnings. Thank you, Parry. Yes, yes, Annabelle, rods are fabulous with dowsing, fabulous. So listen, I'm going to go, and I want you all to have an amazing February. Remember what I've said. Be kind, be loving, and what to see that? Oh, happy Imbolc to everyone. Yes. Hi, Tiffany. Am I doing any special rituals? I'm going to have a yogurt now, actually. I fancy a yogurt. That's so unspiritual. And then I'm probably going to watch some television and go to bed. But listen, you've all been awesome as usual. Soul fam, you're the best. And I will be back soon. And there'll be astrobites and everything and all the usual. And I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Bye, guys.